Did you know that one simple fruit sitting in your grocery store right now could be the key to naturally shrinking an enlarged prostate and saving you from sleepless nights filled with bathroom trips? What I'm about to share with you has been used by men for centuries, yet most doctors never mention it during those uncomfortable prostate exams. My name is Dr. Sarah Chen, and over the past 15 years treating men's health issues, I've witnessed something remarkable. While pharmaceutical companies push expensive treatments with serious side effects, there's a natural solution that costs less than $5 and can be found in any supermarket. The fruit I'm talking about has been clinically proven to reduce prostate size, improve urinary flow, and restore the quality of life that benign prostatic hyperplasia steals from millions of men. But here's what makes this even more incredible. This isn't some exotic superfruit from a remote rainforest. You've probably eaten it before, maybe even dismissed it as ordinary, yet the compounds hidden within this common fruit are so powerful that they can literally shrink prostate tissue at the cellular level. Before I reveal this prostate shrinking powerhouse, let me paint a picture that might sound familiar. You're lying in bed at 2 in the morning and once again your bladder is demanding attention. You stumble to the bathroom, stand there waiting, and when the stream finally comes, it's weak and stops and starts. You return to bed knowing you'll be up again in an hour or two. Your partner sleeps peacefully while you suffer in silence, too embarrassed to discuss how this condition is destroying your confidence and energy. This is the reality for over 50% of men over 50 years old. Your prostate, that walnut-sized gland wrapped around your urethra, begins growing larger as you age. Unlike other organs that stop developing after puberty, the prostate continues expanding throughout your life. When it enlarges, it squeezes your urethra like a garden hose being stepped on, making urination difficult, painful, and incomplete. The medical establishment offers solutions, but they come with a price. Alpha blockers can cause dizziness and sexual dysfunction. 5-alpha reductase inhibitors may lead to depression and permanent erectile problems. Surgical procedures carry risks of incontinence and impotence. Meanwhile, you're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars annually on treatments that address symptoms without targeting the root cause. What if I told you that the answer isn't hiding in a laboratory or surgical suite, but rather in the produce section of your local market? The fruit that can naturally shrink your prostate is the humble tomato. Yes, the same red fruit you slice for sandwiches or toss in salads contains one of nature's most potent prostate-protecting compounds, lycopene. Lycopene is a carotenoid that gives tomatoes their vibrant red color, but its benefits extend far beyond aesthetics. This powerful antioxidant has a unique affinity for prostate tissue, accumulating in higher concentrations there than almost anywhere else in the male body. When lycopene reaches your prostate, it begins working at the cellular level to combat the inflammation and oxidative stress that drive prostate enlargement. Multiple clinical studies have demonstrated lycopene's remarkable effects on prostate health. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition followed over 47,000 men for 12 years and found that those consuming the highest amounts of lycopene had a 35% lower risk of developing aggressive prostate conditions. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that men taking lycopene supplements experienced significant reductions in prostate size and improvements in urinary symptoms within just 12 weeks. But here's where it gets really interesting. The mechanism by which lycopene shrinks the prostate involves multiple pathways. First, it reduces inflammation by inhibiting inflammatory cytokines that cause prostate tissue to swell. Second, it blocks the activity of 5-alpha reductase, the enzyme that converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, the hormone primarily responsible for prostate growth. Third, lycopene promotes apoptosis, the natural death of excess prostate cells, allowing the gland to return to a healthier size. The beauty of using tomatoes for prostate health lies not just in their lycopene content, but in how your body processes this nutrient. Raw tomatoes contain lycopene in a form that's somewhat difficult for your digestive system to absorb. However, when tomatoes are cooked, heated, or processed, the lycopene becomes more bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and utilize significantly more of it. This is why cooked tomato products like tomato paste, sauce, and soup are actually superior to raw tomatoes for prostate health. The cooking process breaks down the cell walls and converts lycopene into a form your intestines can readily absorb. Studies show that processed tomato products can provide up to 4 times more absorbable lycopene than fresh tomatoes. To maximize the prostate shrinking benefits, you need to consume tomatoes strategically. The optimal amount of lycopene for prostate health appears to be between 6 to 10 milligrams daily. This translates to approximately 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, half a cup of tomato sauce, or 1 large glass of tomato juice per day. But timing and preparation matter enormously. Lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning it absorbs much better when consumed with healthy fats. Adding a drizzle of olive oil to your tomato sauce or eating tomatoes with avocado can increase lycopene absorption by up to 300%. This is why Mediterranean populations who regularly consume tomatoes with olive oil have some of the lowest rates of prostate problems in the world. The temperature factor is equally crucial. Heat not only makes lycopene more bioavailable, but also increases its concentration. Sun-dried tomatoes contain some of the highest levels of absorbable lycopene, followed by tomato paste and sauce. Even canned tomatoes, which many people avoid for health reasons, can be excellent sources of lycopene due to the heating process used in canning. Now, you might be wondering about other lycopene sources. While watermelon, pink grapefruit, and guava contain this compound, tomatoes provide it in the most concentrated and absorbable form. The lycopene in tomatoes is also accompanied by other beneficial compounds that work synergistically to support prostate health. One of these companion compounds is beta-carotene, which enhances lycopene's antioxidant effects. Another is folate, which supports healthy cell division and may prevent the abnormal cell growth associated with prostate enlargement. Tomatoes also contain potassium, which helps regulate fluid balance and may improve urinary symptoms. The timeline for seeing results varies among individuals, but most men report noticeable improvements within 4 to 8 weeks of consistent tomato consumption. Early changes typically include stronger urine flow, reduced nighttime bathroom trips, and more complete bladder emptying. As prostate inflammation decreases and the gland begins to shrink, these improvements become more pronounced. However, consistency is absolutely critical. Lycopene doesn't accumulate in your body like some nutrients, so you need regular daily intake to maintain therapeutic levels in your prostate tissue. Missing days or consuming tomatoes sporadically won't provide the sustained benefits your prostate needs. For men already taking prostate medications, tomatoes can be a complementary therapy that may eventually allow you to reduce pharmaceutical dependence. However, never discontinue prescribed medications without consulting your physician. The goal is to support your conventional treatment while addressing the underlying causes of prostate enlargement. Some men worry about the acidity in tomatoes affecting their stomach or bladder. While tomatoes are indeed acidic, the processing methods that increase lycopene bioavailability often reduce acidity. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with smaller amounts and gradually increase. You can also choose low-acid tomato varieties or take tomatoes with meals to minimize any digestive discomfort. Quality matters when selecting tomatoes for prostate health. Organic tomatoes typically contain higher levels of lycopene and other beneficial compounds compared to conventionally grown varieties. Vine-ripened tomatoes have more lycopene than those picked green and ripened artificially. When choosing processed tomato products, look for options without added sugars or excessive sodium. One simple way to incorporate therapeutic amounts of tomatoes into your diet is through a daily prostate-supporting smoothie. Blend tomato juice with olive oil, a handful of spinach for additional nutrients, and a small amount of black pepper, which contains piperine that enhances nutrient absorption. This combination provides concentrated lycopene in a highly absorbable form. The evidence supporting tomatoes for prostate health continues growing. Recent research suggests that lycopene may not only shrink enlarged prostates, but also reduce the risk of prostate cancer and improve overall male reproductive health. Men consuming high amounts of lycopene show improved sperm quality, better testosterone levels, and reduced inflammation throughout their reproductive system. What makes this natural approach so appealing is its safety profile. Unlike pharmaceutical interventions, eating tomatoes daily carries virtually no risk of adverse effects. The worst-case scenario is consuming too much lycopene, which might temporarily turn your skin slightly orange, a harmless condition that reverses when intake is reduced. As you embark on this natural journey to prostate health, remember that lifestyle factors work synergistically. Regular exercise, stress management, adequate sleep, and maintaining a healthy weight all support prostate function and enhance the benefits of lycopene. Reducing alcohol consumption and avoiding excessive caffeine can also improve urinary symptoms. The power to naturally shrink your prostate and reclaim comfortable, uninterrupted sleep lies in your hands. One simple fruit consumed consistently and prepared properly can transform your quality of life without the expense and side effects of conventional treatments. Your prostate has been silently calling for the healing compounds found in tomatoes. It's time to answer that call and give your body the natural support it desperately needs.